Yo, it's your boy Ryan, Northwest Sports Fanatics, back at you with a new video. Today's new video is the best cornerback duos going into 2021 with your boy Ryan and the Northwest Sports Fanatics. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. Smash that like button either now or on your way out. Donate to your boy if you can, either on the Cash App or on the Super Chat here on YouTube. And if you're looking for merch, Northwest Sports Fanatic merch, link is below every video on the YouTube page. Follow me, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram at NW Sports Fanatics. So today was a long day at work. I figured, I started to get a little bit of a headache. Wasn't really feeling too good. Was definitely a long day. But your boy doesn't take day offs, all right? I don't take days off. All right, so I keep grinding. I keep working it out. I'm going to go over some of my favorites going into 2021. Matthew Sanchez in the building. What to do? How are you, my guy? I'm excited to be able to see not only Dante Jackson, but my guy, J.C. Horn. Out of all the players that are coming into 2021, the ones that I'm the most excited to see. Number one, Justin Herbert. Number two, right? Who do you think it would be? A.J. Brown. Number three, Justin Jefferson. Number four, probably J.C. Horn. And number five, I'm really looking forward to seeing Micah Parsons. So a couple rookies and a couple guys that have been in the league for quite some time. But like I said, I wasn't really feeling too great, but I still wanted to go over and show the love, show the grind of, what it really takes to be someone that's going to be dedicated to the channel. It's not going to be a long live stream whatsoever, but I still wanted to put in some time and some grind and vibe with you guys, the best fans on planet Earth, the Fanatic family. Matthew Sanchez, I hope you are doing well. We'll wait for a few more people to hop into the room, and I'll go over some of the ones that I'm really looking forward to as we go into 2021. Donate if you can to the Cash App, $ ORION NWSF, or the YouTube Super Chat. The video today, the live stream today is who are the best cornerback duos going into the 2021 season with your boy Ryan and the Northwest Sports Fanatics. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. Smash the fucking like button either now or on your way out. Donate to your boy if you can, either on here, patreon.com/NWSF, or the GoFundMe. And if you're looking for merch, Northwest Sports Fanatic merch, link is below every video on the YouTube page. Follow me, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram at NW Sports Fanatics. Matthew Sanchez says, bro, I'm looking forward to seeing Justin Herbert versus Joe Burrow. That's going to be an insane matchup. Definitely. Just like when we got to see Joe Burrow against Baker, we had about 11,000 people hop into the live stream, and it's always awesome when you can see two guys that potentially could be top 10 quarterbacks for years to come, especially when guys like Brady, we know that Big Ben is on the way out. We have a lot of older guys that have retired recently, like Drew Brees last season. But then a lot of these older guys, they say Brady's going to play till he's 50, but I don't think he's going to play that long. But Burrow and Herbert, I already think Herbert right now is a top 10 quarterback. If Burrow played the whole year, I think there would have been a little case that maybe he was in that consideration of borderline top 10 quarterback moving forward. But I'm definitely excited to be able to go over some of these matchups. Calvin Griffin in the building, what to do. And then we got a Saints fan to another Saints fan. Randall, LSU has the best corners in football. And then we got Calvin Griffin, another Saints fan, but he doesn't root for LSU. He roots for Bama. Roll Tide. He says, bullshit. He said, they ain't better. And then Randall says, as a Saints fan arguing with another Saints fan, do your homework. Man, I can't wait to be able to see some college football action. But I had a surprise guest today that was going to hop on the mic with me, but definitely had a long day refereeing. My boy Swaggy P just left my house a few minutes ago. I was going to, have him go on the mic and just say hello to all y'all and say what up. But, I could tell on his face he was very tired, wanted to go home, relax, spend some time with his girlfriend, have some dinner. We were going to go get some tacos from the local taqueria down the road, but we're going to do that next week. But he did tell me he is going to be able to come over next week sometime between Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, and he's going to do a live stream with your boy. All right, my boy Swaggy P. You saw him on the NFC Championship game against Green Bay. You saw him in the Super Bowl versus Kansas City. One of my best friends of all time, one of the members of the Northwest Sports Fanatics. He's going to be trying to come the most, probably between Joe Dog, my boy Joey Gomez, my boy Zach, My boy Zach lives in Washington. Joey Gomez, lives about 30 minutes away. So he's going to be able to try to come when he can, but he doesn't have a car or a vehicle. So I'm going to have to swoop him up from time to time. But my boy Swaggy P, big Colts fan, he's going to be on the live stream and he's going to try to come as much as he can for not only just Colts games, but just in general, because he's going to be the number 2 to the number 1, your boy that you see right here, O-Dog. How is everybody today? I'm going to be very honest. I was not feeling very well after I got off work today. I saw Swaggy P. I started to get a little re-energized. I started to feel good. Started to get a little bit of a headache. Sometimes, it's like before you smoke weed or have a drink, maybe like after work. Sometimes like when you wear a hat and it's just too tight on your fucking head and in your head, like your temples start to throb a little bit and you're like, God damn it, I need to like take a gummy or smoke a joint or a blunt or take a bong rip or take a, have a beer or a shot or something, right? I started to get that kind of feeling, switched over to the hard hat. I'm starting to feel a little bit better, but I just wanted to give you guys my input on my probably top 5. There's other corner groups that are going to be pretty good. Not everyone's going to agree, but these are the ones that I'm really having my eyes on going into 2021. Let me go through some of the comments here and showcase you guys. Matthew Sanchez says, there is one quarterback duo I'm excited to see, Marcus Peters and Humphreys. How high do I have them on the list? Are they number 1? Are they number 2? Are they number 3? You'll have to wait and find out, but they definitely are on my list. And they are the real deal Holyfield. Not a lot of people like Marcus Peters. I think a lot of people have respect for Humphrey. They know that he is the real deal Holyfield. We saw Marcus Peters, with the Chiefs, take a lot of gambles, get a lot of big plays, kind of a shit talker, sometimes gets burned. But if you actually look at the stats, Marcus Peters is a pretty damn good football player. And that's big facts. Let's go over to Calvin Griffin arguing with another Saints fan, Randall, in the building. I love the arguing back and forth. LSU got 1-2 corners worth mentioning. Ooh, those are fighting words. Those are fighting words. Stingley is a top 3 pick next year, if not the number 1 overall pick. Whoa. Let's pump the brakes here, Randall, a little bit. All right, Stingley's going to be a good player. Kayvon Thibodeau for my Oregon Ducks, out of a positional player that's not quarterback, that's the only one that's going to go number 1 overall. Kayvon Thibodeau. Do your homework. Oregon might not be able to win natties, but we definitely can produce some good quarterback and other talent around there. Haloti Ngata. We don't have guys like Alabama or Ohio State or Clemson or a lot of these schools that just get the recruiting over and over and over. Kayvon Thibodeau could be the first pick in the draft, but more than likely, if the Houston Texans are the dumpster fire of the NFL, it's probably going to be who? Maybe it's going to be Clovis from USC. Probably not. Maybe Howell from North Carolina. Probably not. But it'll probably be Spencer Rattler from Oklahoma, unless we get another quarterback up there. But that's what I am thinking. Man, I love you guys just talking shit back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Oh, baby. Let's see. Brandon Simmons. Carolina Panthers should go 12-4. Matthew Sanchez is a Panthers fan. I know he doesn't think that they're going to go 12-4. Very aggressive. I'll tell you what, Brandon, I'm a Tampa Bay Buccaneer fan since 1995. I've been watching football since 1985. There's no way in hell the Carolina Panthers, at least this upcoming year, are going 12-4. Do you know why? Because we're not playing. Hello, we're not playing 16 games. We're playing 17. So it would have to be 12-5. All right, and I know you forgot that, just like a lot of fans would. But Tampa Bay Buccaneers, we might not even go 12-5. And that's facts. Everyone's talking about undefeated Buccaneers and Chiefs, and I love both of those teams. But I'll tell you what, the Panthers got a long ways to go. They might not even get second place in the NFC South. Right now, the Saints got to be the team that's going to be, hovering in that second place spot. The Panthers got to prove that they can punch the Saints in the mouth back and forth. Atlanta's at the bottom. Panthers and Saints are going to be competing for second. And I'm not saying they're going to be a bad football team. I like Sam Darnold. I like Robbie, the deep threat. Got the Robbie Anderson deep threat connection. They got that going for them too. Run CMC healthy throughout the season. You got a healthy Brian Spider Burns. You got Jeremy Chin. You got Derek Brown. And then you got my favorite player as a rookie, probably in the entire draft, J.C. Horn. But let's pump the brakes a little bit. You're not going to the playoffs this year. All right. It's going to be, if you guys go, it'll be a wild card situation just like the New Orleans Saints. There is no guarantees. Everyone from the NFC West is going to be eligible to go to the playoffs probably once we get into December. But then some guys are going to separate unless we end up having injuries. All right. In the North, You got Green Bay, unless Rodgers goes to Denver, and then possibly Minnesota and the Bears. All right. In the South, it's Tampa Bay. Saints and the Panthers have a shot. Who the fuck knows in the NFC East? It could be the Giants. It could be Washington, Dallas, or maybe the Philadelphia Eagles. But I'll tell you what, and I'm not hating. I'm a Buccaneer fan through and through, but I like to be able to be realistic. They ain't going 12-4 or 12-5 because, like I said, I'm the Super Bowl champs. We might not go 12-5, and that's big facts. It's a little, showing a little bit of humbleness, to the team. I know how great my team is, but you're still going to be able to lose games because this is the NFL. Randall talking shit with Calvin back and forth. He said, my Saints won't have a corner on the field week 1, shaking my head. Calvin Griffin, another Saints fan, but he don't root for the LSU Tigers like Randall does. He says, you said they have the best corners in football. That's a false statement. I love when Saints fans are arguing with each other. One goes for Alabama, Calvin Griffin. The other one, Randall, he goes for LSU. He keeps it through and through. I love it when you guys argue. It makes me laugh, and I absolutely love it. Dylan in the building. What to do? Yo, Steelers in the building. How are you guys? Man, I missed you guys. Like I said, I wasn't feeling the greatest today, but I'm still showing the love. I'm still showing the grind. And like I said, after I took that goddamn hat off, I haven't had a bong rip or a gummy or a beer or a shot just yet, but I definitely feel a little bit better. He said Saints have CD Deuce and a bunch of other slot corners on the field week 1. Randall says, a safety playing corner against Rodgers, SMH. Brandon Simmons, I did forget, LOL. Hey, a lot of us do, that we forget that we're having that extra day. But you know what I'm going to tell you as a Buccaneers fan? I love the Panthers. I know I'm not supposed to say that, but there's a lot of players on your team that I would love to have, just like the Saints. There's guy Cameron Jordan, Demario Davis, AK-41 Alvin Kamara. Come over to Tampa Bay. I would take you in a heartbeat. Run CMC. Love them. Okay. What about DJ Moore, one of the more underrated wide receivers in the league? Come over to Tampa. I know that's not going to happen, but I like him. I respect him. I know he's got a lot of game, never gets the recognition or the pub, but JC Horn might be my favorite player on your team just because I predicted that he was going to go to the Panthers even over Patrick Surtain because he has that swag and that drip and that mentality. You got Spider Burns, you got Jeremy Chin. I follow the NFC South very through and through, as well as my team, Tampa Bay Buccaneers, as well as the other 31. The Panthers are coming. At some point, they are going to be the number 2 team in the NFC South, but I don't know if it's going to be this year. You're going to have to prove that you can compete with Tampa Bay, but not only that, you're going to have to compete with Atlanta, who's going to be better with Kyle Pitts, Matt Ryan, Calvin Ridley, but you're also going to have to compete with the Saints because they still have a good coach, still have a good line, led by Ryan Ramczyk, still got AK-41, Michael Thomas, a few holes on the defense, but it's still the Saints division to lose, even though that they've been beating the brakes off everyone during the regular season. They just need to get their star quarterback, franchise quarterback, after Jameis, after Taysom, and then they're going to be able to get back on track. Believe that. Panthers won't. What is this saying right here? Panthers won't. Let me get back in here. There's a lot of comments in here. Panthers won't scratch 10 games. They said 9-8 is the best you can do, and that's possible. But I have a lot of hope for the Panthers and the Panthers fan base. Matthew Sanchez, Kyle Fuller, Bryce Callahan, Gilmore, J.C. Jackson, Ramsey, Darius Williams, Byron Jones. I mean, there's a lot of them. I'm going to go over my top 5 here. Comics in the building. What to do? Now, I know it's rare, Brandon, for someone like Tampa Bay to be able to show so much love to the Saints, the rival, the Panthers, or the Falcons. But that's what I do because I can't hate on greatness. When I see greatness, I'm going to shout it out. All right. And I'm going to let you know. I don't give a shit if it's on the rival team or not. There's certain dogs in this league that I would love to have on my team. And that's why people fuck with me on this channel, because I speak the fucking truth. Matthew Sanchez says next, hey, to be honest, I love my Panthers and I want them to have a great season, but I don't know how I can feel about Sam Darnold. We need to see how our defense does and how our offensive line can do to improve. Well, if Darnold can have confidence and not see ghosts like he did on the Jets, he's going to be better than Teddy Two Gloves. He's going to be better than Cam at the end of Cam's, career there. I actually think that you will be able to make a playoff push with Sam Darnold, but I just don't know if it's going to be year 1 with Sam Darnold. I mean, there's a lot of good NFC West teams. If Rodgers is still there in the NFC North, all right. NFC East is only going to have one team in the playoffs, maybe Washington, maybe someone else, and we're probably only going to get one team from the NFC South. So one team from the NFC South, one team from the NFC East. You might get 2 in the North and probably 3 over there in the West because they're so deep. You could probably have 4 All 4 teams, Seattle, Arizona, the Rams, and bang, bang, Niner gang, all of them are probably playoff worthy. It just depends on injuries and what they're going to be able to do moving forward. All right. And I like to be able to see that progression. Xavier Williams, Super Bowl champ, Tampa Bay. Congrats, my boy. Hey, Cardinals in the building. I see you, man. I'm super excited for the Cardinals this season. Guess what? They're going to the playoffs. You heard it here first. Kyler Murray takes that big jump. You got JJ Watt. I'm excited to see the Cardinals play. And if that means they're in, Seattle probably is on the way out, because I got the Niners, the Rams, and the Cardinals making the playoffs this season, unless we have some crazy, serious injuries moving forward. I love to acknowledge all of you, and that's why you guys are so special to me. A lot of YouTubers out there won't get to every comment or every person, but you best believe I will acknowledge every single person. I'll showcase you. I'll shout you out. I'll put your little message on the screen. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys very, very much. Mr. Williams in the building representing the Cardinals. What to do? Comics in the building. What does he have to say? Sam Darnold would definitely do better than how he did with the Jets, but will be good enough to help the Panthers succeed. I'm not sure. I believe he's got Run CMC, DJ, Robbie with a better line. Right. It's all about coaching. All right. It's all about coaching, the defense. You got a surprise player in Jeremy Chin. We got to see the development of Derek Brown from Auburn. All right. But also Brian Spider Burns, JC Horn. A lot of these guys on the defense need to step up. Run CMC needs to stay healthy. DJ Moore is one of the more underrated wide receivers in the league. You got Robbie. You got weapons. It's all about the confidence of the team going in, and I think they have a brand new swag, and it's going to be exciting to see where they go. No more Luke Kuechly, no more Riverboat Ron, no more Cam Newton. That was the past. Look forward to the future. I'm really excited for you guys, and I don't think you're going to make the playoffs this year, but the following year, if you have another great draft and you get some free agents to come, I still think that you guys can be a contender going into next year. Maybe not Super Bowl contender, but you guys are getting better and better each year. You got to build. You got to get some good continuity, some chemistry. You see the depth that Tampa Bay has, the depth that Kansas City has, the depth that the Browns have, the depth that the Chargers have coming into the season. You got to have depth to be able to make a run. So if you get hurt, you can have your backups in there and you can do some damage. LA Rams, what up, my guy? Ramley in the building. Oh, look who it is. One of my friends, one of my best friends. What's good? What's good? Brett Fuge, Dallas Cowboys in the building. I took this guy to a Ducks game front row a couple years ago against Arizona State. We got to see Justin Herbert score right in front of us and get the W. Brett Fuge, my dude. I can't wait till COVID is over so we can go tailgate in Eugene again, sit front row, this time behind the Ducks bench instead of behind the Arizona State bench. Miss you, love you, and you're going to have to come through. I have one Dallas Cowboy homie, all right, my boy Zach, who's my girlfriend's stepbrother. He's going to come and watch some games with me and hop on the mic. If you have the opportunity to come over and watch some Cowboys games with your boy, because I know you're a big Cowboy fan, come over, man. I think that you'd be great on the mic. We were really good friends, known you for 20, 25 years. This is an invitation from me to you, Brett. So like I said, I appreciate you. And this is going to be an amazing season. So you're going to see a lot of new faces hopping on with your boy, my boy Preston, Colts fan, my boy Joey, Chargers fan, my boy Zach, Cowboys fan, maybe my boy Brett, another Cowboys fan, and a lot of our friends, you know, in this general age range from 30 to 40 years old. We've been watching football for the longest time, and I can't wait to see you again, Brett. We're going to definitely tailgate. Maybe we can make a trip up to Seattle. You know, I love to go see some Seahawks. I got a couple buddies that, you know, hey, did you get your, COVID shot? I got the first one with Pfizer. Got to get the next one here in about a week. And then I'm going to be able to go travel, maybe vlog, go to some Seattle Mariners, go to some Seahawks games. I definitely want to be able to get out there, but I got to do my job and I got to be able to do live streaming as well. Brett Fuge, my boy. Brandon Simmons, what do you think about the Bengals new uniform? I love it. Like I said, it's one of those things, Jamar Chase, Joe Burrow, they should have went Penei Sewell, but with Chase there, his jersey is going to sell like hotcakes. It's just going to be like Justin Jefferson coming into this year as well. Those are the two most brightest talents at wide receiver this season, besides Devontae Smith, Heisman winner for the Eagles, all right, Jamar Chase, Bengals, all right, and then the ones that I love the most, Justin Jefferson and A.J. Brown. Those are the two that I feel that are going to creep up into top 5 status, especially when Julio and DeAndre Hopkins get a little bit older and slide back. Those are the two that are going to slide up in top 5 status. A.J. Brown, as well as Justin Jefferson. But I'm really excited to be able to see what Jamar Chase does this season. Brett Fuge, best guy on the fucking web. You best believe it. I got the energy. I got the fire. Even when I don't feel good, you never would know it. I can work an 8-hour day, 9-hour day, 10-hour day. I can call 1 game, 2 game, 3 games, but I bring the fire. I bring the energy, and I got the smarts up here, my guy. Brett Fuge, best guy on the web. Love you. Appreciate you. My dude. Always supporting. I'm happy to see the Bucks re-sign AB. Hey, you know, I know you're a Panthers fan. You probably don't give a shit, but you know what? I am happy too. You know, this guy had a lot of problems, and he was a key contributor to the roster. And I knew that if anyone could turn his career around, it was going to be Tom Brady. Tom Brady, this motherfucker. I heard a story on Pat McAfee's show because Scotty Miller, Scoot, all right, he was actually on the show today. You know what happened? During the offseason, we know that Tom Brady is one of the more hardest working guys that's in the football game. I mean, he's got that Mamba mentality like Kobe. Rest in peace, Kobe. All right, as well as Jordan. This motherfucker, when he went to go snuck into Byron Leftwich's house, they were actually running practices, right, where it was Tom Brady and the wide receivers, where he was actually calling out defenses. They had some corners there, right, and they were running practices independently, just at like the local high school. You run this route, you run this button route, you run this fucking go route. Dude, no wonder Tampa Bay had so much success. He's on the phone doing fucking FaceTime. He's on the, grind, doing private practices. He's putting in more work than any other quarterback. Maybe you're a favorite quarterback on your team. So it's no surprise when you see Brady get hated on. But the one thing that you can't hate on is his work ethic. Just like my work ethic, no matter how I'm feeling, no matter if I've already worked a full-time job, 8, 9, 10-hour day, I'm still fucking grinding. And if I didn't tell you I worked a full day today, you never would know it. And I can really respect Tom Brady, especially coming to Tampa, getting me the Super Bowl year 1, which was so unexpected. But I can really respect the grind when I hear stories from Scotty Miller saying that when, CG, Chris Godwin, hit him up and said, hey, you're going to meet Tom Brady for the first time. And not only are you going to meet him, we're going to go to a practice, right, independently, but we're running routes. It was a practice. They say Tom Brady is like the coach. And it's like one of those things. We knew that. We knew Tom Brady was a coach and he's intelligent, but I don't think people realize how intelligent Tom Brady really is and how much he puts into his game. That's why he's so successful. He's not the fastest, all right? He maybe not have the strongest arm, all right? But up here, I don't think there's anybody up here that knows football more than Tom Brady besides maybe a Peyton Manning, and that's big facts. And you've seen the success that both of those guys have. I can't wait to see what AB does in a full season. Oh, my. Bang! $5. Matthew Sanchez, the Carolina Panthers, coming soon. Just keep believing. Panther Nation will get that chip someday. And since I know the Panthers mantra and their calling card, hashtag keep pounding. That's why you guys fuck with me. I know these things. Hashtag keep pounding. All right. And even though you're on the other team, on the other side, mad respect for you, Matthew Sanchez. I love you. I appreciate you. And your boy is always grinding. Official Young Nola in the building. Nyland Saints in the building. What to do? Brett Fuge, my boy. Every day you're hustling. Every day you're hustling. Your boy does. No one works harder than me. I got the voice. I got the passion. I got the energy, but I'm going to give you some knowledge. You guys want to know the knowledge? I give you that. Oh my, who is it? Ramily Trayvon G. He said, see you on SoFi for NFC Championship game. I'm thinking so. Like I said, the biggest threat right now to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers is the Los Angeles Rams, and I'm really excited to watch Matthew Stafford win. All I do is win, because such a shitty career with Detroit. They did Sanders wrong, Barry. All right, they did Megatron Johnson wrong, Calvin. Now you finally get to root for Matthew Stafford, regardless if you love the Rams or not. As an NFL fan, I hope he makes the Pro Bowl. I hope he has a top 5 quarterback season. I want to see Cooper Kupp and Robert Woods get some more national recognition. I want to see Cam Akers turn into a top 10 running back. And we already know about Aaron Donald and Jalen Ramsey. But what I do worry about, Michael Brockers is gone. All right, John Johnson III is gone. Troy Hill is gone. The D coordinator's gone. But I still think with those pieces gone, you're still going to be able to find a way to compete. And if you don't win the NFC West, which would be shocking if the Niners or Cardinals do it, could happen. But I still think the Rams are got to be the team that's going to give Tampa the biggest threat as we go into 2021. We're about to have some home field advantage for the whole playoffs. Yeah, that's true. That's true. My team's deeper, though, so we'll have to wait and see. And we're hungry. And I don't think there's going to be anyone hungrier than the Tampa Bay Buccaneers besides maybe Kansas City. They went to the Super Bowl and they lost. We both have very deep teams, but you guys do have a little bit of holes in your roster, and I'm kind of curious to see what your D coordinator does this season after losing him to the Seattle Seahawks. Matthew Sanchez, bro, you should do a top best quarterback and wide receiver duo on your next video. Absolutely. You want to shoot me different ideas? I'll give you quarterback wide receiver. I've done a bunch of different videos. I think I actually did a quarterback wide receiver duo this year, or ones that I'm looking forward to seeing. But if that's something that you guys want to see, you guys can always put in your suggestion. Oh, here we got Calvin Griffin. All right, we got a Saints fan. You know what he's got to say? He says, get pounded. He said, not hashtag keep pounding. He said, get pounded. The rivalry in the building is always fire. Riley Cash. Orion Cash Money in the building. My dude, what it do? Whose house is it? It's the Rams house. Gang, gang. Trayvon G. See, I love the interaction with all you guys because you guys all have different personalities. Everyone's biased about their team. But one thing if you come in here, I'm going to spit it straight to you. I'm going to let you know if you're good or if you're not. If you have excellent, fantastic Hall of Fame-ish kind of players, I'm always going to spit the truth. And I love being able to watch every team in the NFL, which is kind of rare, you know what I mean, where I can get excited for the Jets and the Jags, right, just as much as Tampa Bay. And I know that sounds crazy, but I love the NFL as much as that, where I can actually show that emotion and it's not fake. It's not forced. I love the league that much, and that's big facts. Truly Greens with one of the opinions that might be Saints bias. He says Marshawn Lattimore, one of their best cornerbacks going into the season. Is that fact or is that hope? Because that's more of like hope. We know Lattimore gets burnt from time to time. Carlton Davis does as well for Tampa Bay, all right? But he was a top 5, top 6 corner rookie year. Started to decline a little bit. All right. But he's going to have to really step up this season with a lot of the pieces that were lost in the secondary. Janoris Jenkins, all right, as well as a few others, T-Rex, Sheldon Rankins. But you still got Cameron Jordan. You still got Demario Davis. You still got Anyamata. So you still got some dudes there. And we got to see if he's worth it to be able to get paid or if they're going to let him walk. Randall, another Saints fan, says what? Lattimore can walk. He always gets burnt in the playoffs. And that's from a Saints fan. Probably a little surprising to hear, Truly Greens, but Saints fans have opinions. You know what I mean? Not all, fan bases really love all the players. Of course, you want to represent for the guys that are on your team, but when certain guys get burnt or when certain guys play bad, of course, people are going to talk shit and say, hey, let's try someone new. Maybe you're not really worth the money and we can get someone as a rookie or we can get someone in free agency. Riley Cash, bet none of these duos are going to have anything on Ramsey and Bouye. I'll go over. Actually, I got Ramsey on my list, but Bouye is not on the list. He is not on the list, Riley, but I'll tell you who is. Truly Greens, Jabu, and Traquan chemistry got to be 100. Well, you got to just pray that the Jabu, Jameis Winston, and everyone on the team, he's on the right page, because I'll tell you what, it's going to be a long, long year if you can't get that chemistry down, and he'll get benched. You'll put in Taysom Hill, but that still might not be good enough by the time we get to the end of the season. Jurassic Ninja, Ramley in the building, Jalen Ramsey, Darius Williams, they're definitely on my list, my guy. You know I do my homework. Calvin Griffin, Lattimore, too inconsistent. Another Saints fan talking shit about a player, which they should, because it's true. Lattimore is too inconsistent and only want to play when he's against Julio or Mike Evans. Facts. He can dominate Mike Evans. But see, these are the type of comments that these bandwagon, not saying you're bandwagon, Truly Greens or Young Nola, but when you get these fans that only see the positive in the players just because they're wearing the jersey, sometimes just because you're wearing the jersey doesn't mean you're a good player. Sometimes you play like shit and need to be called out for it. And that's facts. Congratulations to you guys, the Saints fans, actually calling out the other Saints fans. I love it. Matthew Sanchez, Lattimore's a great corner, but I don't think he's the best going into the season. What about Jair Alexander, Jalen Ramsey, and Gilmore? Yeah, Lattimore's not even in the conversation of top 5. He's probably not even really a top 10 corner. Let's be really realistic. There's probably 9 other corners or 10 other corners I would want rather than Lattimore. And I'm not saying Lattimore's bad, you know what I mean? But I'm not sure if you're ever going to get back to that 5 or 6 interception season like he had in his rookie season. We're going to see. We're going to see as we go into 2021. Jalen Ramsey is the best corner in the NFL. A little biased statement, but there's a little bit of truth to that as well. We'll go over who we think is the best. Truly Green says, I said one of the best corners. Now someone's backpedaling. Someone's backpedaling like Lattimore. Oh, my. He said one of the best, not the best. Backpedaling. Matthew Sanchez, bro, I love all the rivalry, smack top, of respect to all you guys and wish you guys love. And the most, we're all brothers here in the live group chat. Keep pounding. Right, Fanatic family in the building. Yeah, damn right. The group chat, my guys. So let's go into the list. Obviously, I wasn't really feeling too well Already been on the live for what, 30 minutes? All right. Already been in the live for 30 minutes, but I always like to showcase all the fans, all the love. And like I said, I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. No matter how I'm feeling, I'm always grinding. Lattimore rookie season went to his head. Haven't been able to match it. Too much success too soon for dude. You know what? Sometimes I would disagree. But you know what? I 100% agree. You know what I mean? He came out of college. He had the swag. He had the drip, right? And that went to his head. He's like, you know what? I'm a top 5 fucking corner. I'm a top 5 corner. But he hasn't been able to replicate that. And the wide receivers in the division have been getting better and better and better. And he definitely has some problems and backpedals and gets burnt a lot. So same thing happens with, Falcons corners, Tampa's corners, Panthers corners. But we're going to find out. We're going to find out how good he is as we go in. To 2021. Lattimore is Mike Evans' daddy. Yeah, I said it. Well, duh, we've seen it. All right. But the thing is who wins the games when it matters? Tampa Bay. You can still shut down Mike Evans, but you're not going to shut down AB. You're not going to shut down Godwin. You're not going to shut down Gronk. You're not going to shut down O.J. Howard. You're not going to shut down Cameron Brate. You're not going to shut down Rojo. You're not going to shut down Leonard Fournette. You're not going to shut down Tom Brady. Need I go further? I don't think so. So you can have him be the daddy, but at the end of the day, you guys got the 2 dubs during the regular season, and you can have him be Mike Evans' daddy. But Mike Evans is actually a top 5 wide receiver in this league. All right, if you want to be a hater, top 7. But he's the only wide receiver besides Randy Moss to get 1,000 in the first 7 seasons, 8 seasons, 9 seasons. It's going to keep going. All right. People don't realize how great Mike Evans is. And if you could have Mike Evans on your team, you wouldn't be saying things like that. You would definitely be appreciating Mike Evans' game because he's highly underrated. And like I said, Evans is one of the best wide receivers, if not the best, that Tampa's ever had. And no disrespect to Chris Godwin because he's great too. Jurassic Ninja. I got to rep my Ramily. Much love, Orion. Matthew Sanchez. He's up next. He's saying Lattimore had a great rookie season, but still considered a good corner because he's got to go live up to the skills of Alexander and Ramsey. Well, I don't think he's ever going to be a Jair Alexander or a Ramsey or a Gilmore. It's just not going to happen. It's just not going to happen. All right. So I've already been online for a half hour. Do you see how fast it can go? I can just keep vibing with you guys and talking with you guys all day long. Tired. Don't feel good. You never would know it because I'm always putting in the fucking grind. Love you guys. Appreciate you guys. Fanatic family in the building. Let's get to the fucking list. All right. I only wanted to do probably about a 15 to 30 minute stream. The 30-minute stream is now going to turn into probably a 1 hour stream. And I don't mind because I love putting in the hard work and the effort. I saw my boy Swaggy P. He came over, hung out with me for about a half hour. I wanted him to come over and hop on the mic, but he just got done reffing a game. So I know that, as a referee, DJ, just a entrepreneur, slanger, hustler, eBayer. I mean, this guy is always hustling. Every day I'm hustling. Every day I'm hustling. He's one of those dudes. All right. And I can't wait for him to be a big part of the channel this season. He is my number 2 to me being Batman. He is my Robin. I can't wait for Swaggy P to come on the live stream next week. He's going to come over and I'm going to try to get him to come over as much as possible. And then my boy Joey as well as Zach will try to come through from time to time. At number 5. Now, I could easily be biased and say Carlton Davis and Sean Murphy-Bunting after the season that they had last season. They're young, all right? They're the grave diggers. They got a lot of skill, but I'm not biased. Even when my team is great and I can showcase a little love and be biased, I'm not going to do it. If it's like Mike Evans and Chris Godwin, I'm going to have them on the list because I can't just, discredit that kind of God-given fucking talent, all right? But at number 5, it's not Sean Murphy-Bunting, and it's not Carlton Davis, even though I love them. Who am I talking about? I'm talking about the Miami Dolphins, Xavier Howard, and who? Byron Jones. Who? Byron Jones. Now, let's not get it twisted. I don't really like Byron Jones, all right? He was on the Cowboys. He was okay. I still don't think he's that great of a corner, but when you're paired up with Xavier Howard, who arguably is the best corner in the football game that we call the NFL today, with Gilmore as well as Jalen Ramsey, let's talk about Xavier Howard and his interception ability. Xavier Howard picked an opportune time to hold out, just like Stephon Gilmore. In 2020, he led the league in interceptions with 10. That's more than Jalen Ramsey. That's more than Stephon Gilmore. That's more than anybody. And he had pass breakups. How many did he have? 10? Nope. 15? Nope. 20. He led the league not only in picks with 10, but pass breakups with 20. First All-Pro nod, and it's not going anywhere. This is a dream come true for me being a defensive guy. I would love to be able to have someone like him on Tampa Bay. All right. Now, he's recorded the most interceptions, 18 since 2018. And that's the most in the NFL. This guy is a motherfucking beast. All right. Howard's ability to force turnovers at a high rate makes him an invaluable asset to the Dolphins defense. He's likely going to reset the cornerback market with a new deal. He could get more money than Jalen Ramsey. He can get more money than Stephon Gilmore. I said it. This guy is the pick king. We're not talking Tiger King. We're not talking about Carol Baskin. We're talking about the pick king, Xavier Howard. Now, compared to recent years, Byron Jones, he had a lot of lapses in coverage last season, all right? Quarterbacks recorded a 108 rating, passer rating, when they targeted him. That's not good, all right? He also gave up 17.6 yards per reception. That's significantly more than he did in 2018, which was about 14 yards per reception and 11.6. All right, in 2019. So it's not good. He's definitely getting worse, it seems like, as the years are going older. All right. But besides his struggles, he did pick off multiple passes in a season for the first time in his career. He's 28 years old. He's got a lot of potential. And when you're with the best corner, arguably in the league, not named Jalen Ramsey or Stephon Gilmore, he's got to be able to step up his game. Howard's production and Jones' 2018 Pro Bowl season, the Dolphins duo made the cut over people like William Jackson and Kendall Fuller, as well as maybe Sean Murphy-Bunting, as well as Carlton Davis and a few others. Now, Washington's lead cornerbacks have yet to make a Pro Bowl or an All-Pro roster. Jackson has 3 interceptions in 4 seasons. When you combine the resume of those guys, William Jackson III and Kendall Fuller, you got to be able to go with Xavier Howard and Byron Jones. Byron Jones. So, like I said, I don't like Byron Jones. Let's not get it twisted. But he's got room to improve. He's got to. All right, if the Dolphins are going to make the playoffs this season, which I think they are, Xavier Howard has got to coach this fucker up, and he's got to find a way in single man-to-man coverage not to get burnt fucking toast every goddamn time. And I wouldn't be shocked if Xavier Howard ends up getting 9 picks or more again this season. He is that damn good. Number 5, Xavier Howard. Now let me go over here and look at a couple comments before I get into some of the others. The only reason I don't like Mike is because he disrespected my boy Lattimore. Yeah, your boy Lattimore is a big fucking shit talker too. All right, so don't act like Mike Evans is the instigator. Mike Evans is a better talent than Lattimore. Lattimore can chirp all he wants, but people know Mike Evans is the truth and he's a Hall of Famer. Lattimore is not. Facts. Oh, Cali Ram fan in the building. Ramsey and Williams, hands down, homie. You know, I got them on my list. How high are they? You will see. OMG. Imagine the nightmares the quarterback's going to have through trying to throw towards Ramsey or Williams, and the Rams defense is going to be scary. Yes, but you lost John Johnson III, you lost Michael Brockers, you lost Troy Hill, and you lost your D coordinator. So I know that the Rams are going to be good, but let's not get it twisted. They're going to have some struggles throughout the season, and you're not going to get 3 sacks every night from Aaron Donald. Ramsey isn't going to lock up every single wide receiver throughout the whole year. Probably 90% of the year he will. But there's going to be some challenging games, especially depending on over the top at safety, the new maybe scheme that they have with the new D coordinator. It's going to be interesting to see where they pick up, because you know Matthew Stafford will pick up the offense way better than Jared Goff in the Goffense. But what about the defense? Let's just wait and see. But I definitely think that Ramsey, as well as his counterpart Williams, there's going to be a lot of talent there going into 2021. Number 4 is kind of a cheat because I got 3 guys that are going to be on this list. Who am I talking about? And this may shock a lot of you guys. At number 4, I got to go with Kyle Fuller, Ronald Darby, as well as Patrick Surtain. I think the Broncos got a legit strong defense. I don't really believe in Von Miller or Bradley Chubb to stay healthy. I love both of those players, but what I can tell you, they had the no-fly zone with, TJ Ward back in the day, and they had John Lynch that they got from me, from the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. But the Broncos cornerback group this season, stacked. Kyle Fuller, Ronald Darby, Patrick Surtain the second, 9th overall pick, and they got Bryce Callahan, very underrated, all right? He's a solid holdover who's worked with head coach Vic Fangio in 6 seasons, all right? And if you ended up playing under Vic Fangio, you know how to play football, you know how to play man, you know how to play zone, and I think Vic Fangio is one of the more underappreciated coaches in the league, except that he's more of a D coordinator like he was when he was in Chicago. Chicago has never been the same since he left, and that's facts. Fuller has served as a lead cornerback, and that won't change in Denver under Fangio, who served as his defensive coordinator for 4 years with the Bears. That gives you chemistry, that gives you continuity, and that's why I know Fuller is going to be one of the best corners in this league, a lot better than Lattimore. I hate to say it, but it is true. Now, in Fuller's last season under Fangio, he put together a all-pro season, leading the league in interceptions in that year. 7 and pass breakups. 21. He's going to be incredible in 2018. Now, the 29-year-old can return to elite form because his familiarity with the Broncos scheme, similar to the Chicago Bears when Fangio and Fuller were together. Fuller goes into the 2021 campaign a bit underrated after logging only 1 pick. All right, and 5 pass breakups, in 2020. He posted better numbers in 2 areas, though. In 2018 and 2019, he allowed a completion rate only 55.4 and yards allowed per reception 11.5. I know his interceptions are going to go up. I would assume somewhere around that 4 to 5 range going into the season. And with the Buffalo Bills, Philadelphia Eagles, Darby showed potential to become a top cornerback. He missed 23 contests in his first 5 seasons. Last year in Washington, Darby didn't miss a single game. He broke up 16 passes, all right? That actually ranked, believe it or not, Darby, he ranked 5th league-wide with 16 pass breakups. Pretty surprising for a guy that most people think is not very good. He finished 2020 without an interception, but he only gave up 1 TD. Only 1 tutter. He had a 54.1% completion rate against him. So he can shut down people. He's a little bit better than people give him credit for. If Darby can stay healthy, the Broncos have a top tandem. Also, you got Patrick Surtain, and he might end up being better than Darby. We obviously know this, and that is big facts. Let's go over to Trayvon G. He said, OMG. Oh, that's Matthew Sanchez. Let me go to Trayvon here. Oh, Trayvon, where are you? Bang! He's an A'Shawn Robinson will do just fine for Broncos. Burgess, Rapp. Taylor Rapp from Washington, I know very much about him. Fully capable of taking over safety. But like I'm saying, there's a lot of names that got to step up. It's not like you have a full, complete roster that was the same from last year. You know what I mean? If you have the same defensive roster, same D coordinator, and then you bring in Matthew Stafford, you guys are still the biggest threat to Tampa Bay, but you can't discredit some of those losses. It might take a few weeks for these guys to get on the right page. That's facts. All right, no hating. All right, only congratulating. All right, Matthew Sanchez. Oh, yeah, no doubt they're going to have their struggles. The Rams are definitely going to have their struggles for some key pieces. Damn, Orion, you've been doing your research more than I do. You know what I do, my guy? I got to research all 32 teams. Raheem Morris is a proven commodity at DC. He turned the Falcons defense around when he was interim head coach. Hey, yeah, Raheem Morris, do you think I know who he is? He used to be my head coach. Of course, I know that he's got the skills to pay the bills, and I hope that he does a good job for you guys. That's a big fact. Ruiz, LA Rams, D-Will and Ramsey at me with facts. Hey, get at me, Ruiz, Ramley. A lot of Ramley people in the building. I love it. Panthers fans in the building, Ramley in the building, Calvin Griffin in the building. Not big on none of these rookie corners from this draft. Come on, man. J.C. Horn, Patrick Surtain, they should be pretty good. They'll probably be better than Okudah. All right, and that's big facts. Matthew Sanchez, wow, really? Denver cornerback, top 4? Okay, I can't. Or you just got to go look and see the stats. I know sometimes when you say names like Ronald Darby or Kyle Fuller, from an outsider looking in, you're like, hell no. Patrick Surtain, there's some, maybe some potential there, and you can see it based off that name, but you actually have to go into the stats and go deep, and that's what I do. I really try to go deep with the stats and watch the film. They definitely... I wouldn't necessarily say that this is the no-fly zone when they have like TJ Ward, but they're definitely getting something special. The defense is a little bit better for Denver than people are giving them credit for, and that's big facts. In it to win it. Keep up the grind, my guy. Damn right. You know I do. All right, baby. Who are the best cornerback duos going into the 2021 season? Donate if you can to Cash App, $ORIONNWSF, or the YouTube Super Chat. And if you're looking for merch, Northwest Sports Fanatic merch, link is below every video on the YouTube page. Follow me, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, NW Sports Fanatics. All right, so we already heard me with the number 5. All right, with Xavier Howard and Byron Jones. We already heard number 4 because I had to put Patrick Surtain on that list as well. At number 3, this is where it gets really dicey, all right? And this is going to be very interesting as we keep moving forward. Number 3, I feel has potential to be number 2 or number 1, all right? And don't get mad at me now, all right? But this is kind of how I feel right now just because I need to see Darius Williams really put it together this season. Do we think that Jalen Ramsey is the best corner in the league besides Stephon Gilmore or Xavier Howard? Yes. Will some people think that Jalen Ramsey is the best corner in this league? Yes. He is a dog. He is the most athletic corner out of all of them. All right. But with Gilmore and the way that he plays, and obviously with the time that he puts into his game, even though he's a little bit banged up going into this season, Xavier Howard is the pick king. It's hard to argue that Jalen Ramsey is not the best corner in the league right now. All right. He's performed at a high level for some time. Number 3, Ramley, with potential to move up to number 1. Don't get at me. All right. But I just need to see Darius Williams prove it to me, because I already know Jalen Ramsey is the dude. All right. But I need to see Darius Williams step up, and I think he can do it. I really do. Ramsey has performed at a high level for some time. 4-time Pro Bowler, 2-time All-Pro, first ballot Hall of Famer. Yeah, I said it. First ballot Hall of Famer. He's going to get it. I absolutely love his game. He's a shit talker, but I love it. I love it. Some guys like J.C. Horn and Jalen Ramsey, I love it when you can shit talk and back it up. That's kind of the difference between Lattimore. He talks a lot of shit. He can beat up on Mike Evans and a few others, but he doesn't back it up all the time like Ramsey does. Ramsey backs it up every fucking week. Ramsey's interception numbers, 11, may not jump off the screen, but according to not only Pro Football Focus and a few others, he's allowed fewer than 30 yards in coverage in half of his starts. Are you kidding? 30 or less. There's not a lot of guys in the league that can do that, especially in 2021. That illustrates the star cornerback's ability to shut down half the field. You remember when we had Revis Island? It's Ramsey Island. All right, Ramsey is the shit. People need to wake up and be woke. He is the real deal Holyfield. Now, they have star quality in Ramsey, and they have a budding talent that no one knows about except for Rams fans and me. Who is it? Last season, Darius, D-A-R-I-O-U-S, Williams. He made the leap from backup to full-time starter. 4 picks. Okay, I like it. 14 pass breakups. Breakout campaign. The Rams lost defensive coordinator Brandon Staley, one of the best D coordinators in the whole NFL. He accepted the Chargers head coaching job, and that is why the Chargers are going to make the playoffs with Justin Herbert in this year. His first year with a good coach, not with who he had with Anthony Bum-Ass Lynn. The departure shouldn't hinder Williams' development. In 2019, he flashed his ball tracking skills, 2 picks, 4 pass breakups in a reserve role with Wade Phillips. So they can still get it done under different mentors in the Ramley building. 5'9", 187. He doesn't have the prototypical size of some of these beast corners. Don't worry. Don't worry. We can't overlook the production, all right? He may not see a lot of targets, all right, because of his stellar coverage, but Williams, small sample in size, that doesn't mean that he can't be a standout player, all right? His resume, paired up with Jalen Ramsey, all right, definitely above Kyle Fuller, Patrick Surtain, Ronald Darby, and I definitely got to put him up higher than who? Xavier Howard and a guy named Byron Jones that I don't really believe in too much, but he does have a little bit skills. It's sad to say that I kind of believe in Ronald Darby and Surtain more than I do with Byron Jones, but we'll see. Maybe Byron Jones will prove me wrong and he'll actually put it together. At number 3, with potential to move up to number 2 or number 1, and I'm not just saying that, Darius Williams is really the key, because if he can put up great numbers, they will be number 1 as a duo, no question. But I just need to see one more year. Give me one more year of consistency, and they're going to be a top 1, top 2 corner duo in this league. And that is big facts. He said Jordan Fuller is a monster and a reason why we let JJ go. I hear you. Zach Amig, you see the news out of Pittsburgh today. Your offensive line, not good. Then you drop one of your offensive linemen. What, DeCastro? Going to be interesting. Najee Harris is still going to ball out, but I'm very worried about your O-line, my guy. Very, very worried. Yeah, you have them in the right spot, top 3. Dr. C. Williams last season was not a fluke, and if he actually is a good corner with Ramsey, well, I already know he is a good corner, so Matthew Sanchez, representing Panther Nation and, hashtag keep pounding. This is a guy that he will be a good corner. Will he be Pro Bowl corner? I don't know. That might be a little bit of a stretch, but learning under one of the biggest dogs in the league, Jalen Ramsey, I have a lot of confidence in Darius Williams more than any of the other pairings that I have in the top 5. Look out. Sleeper, it's almost like Jesse Bates III for the Bengals. He doesn't get a lot of love, but everyone's going to know his name after this season. Darius Williams, I feel, is a name that we're all going to know by the end of 2021. Big facts. And like I said, I wanted to put him at 2-1, but I need to see one more year of consistency, and then he's going to be up there with Jalen Ramsey. Number 3, Ramley, Los Angeles Rams, Ramsey and Williams. Jalen Ramsey, Darius Williams, my number 3 top duo at corner. And I wanted to put him at 2 or 1 so bad you have no fucking idea. All right. At number 2, these are interchangeable. Really, 1, 2, and 3 are interchangeable. All right. Most people are going to say Marlon Humphrey and Marcus Peters are the best duo at corner. Sometimes the stats will reflect that, but there's another duo that I like a little bit more. So at number 2, I love you. You're going to be number 1 in most people's books. All right. And I just need to see a little bit more consistency from Marcus Peters. Marlon Humphrey, he's got it. But Marcus Peters, you need to prove to me that you deserve to be the top duo, not just because PFF, ESPN, or all these other people on TV say that you guys are the best. I need to see it. So at number 2, I got the Baltimore Ravens, Marlon Humphrey, and Marcus Peters. And it's like, I really love one guy on the list, and then the other guy needs to really step up and actually prove to me that you can be that real deal Holyfield, not the guy that's going to take a lot of gambles and chances. I need to see you get picks and not get burnt. All right. And that's what Marcus Peters does. He either gets the interception or he gets burnt like fucking burnt toast. All right. Marlon Humphrey and Marcus Peters, Baltimore Ravens at number 2. They do complement each other well. They rank first and second, respectively, in forced incompletions while playing man coverage since 2019. That's a really big compliment to Marlon Humphrey. Now, Humphrey doesn't jump a lot of routes for interceptions like Marcus Peters does. Now, he can handle the wide receivers on an island. He can get his hands on the ball. The 24-year-old allowed only 3 touchdowns and a passer rating below 85 in each of his last 2 seasons. All-Pro 2019 term, Humphrey allowed 8.6 yards per catch. He is the better corner out of the 2. Now, the Ravens can rely on Humphrey to make tackles in the open field and force turnovers upon contact. In 2020, he led the league in forced fumbles, 8. All right, an impressive feat for a cornerback. Now, Humphrey also recorded a team-leading 70 solo tackles, 4 for loss, 2.5 sacks. He knows how to Charles, Peanut, Tillman, punch that football out. That is Mr. Humphrey. Now, Peters is not a reliable tackler in open space. That's why I can't put him at number 1. That's one of the reasons. Arguably the top ball hawk in the NFL. I can name a couple others I would rather have. The 2-time All-Pro has the most interceptions, 31 since 2015. So the numbers indicate he's got it, just like Richard Sherman. You know, when he's playing, he can get the picks. In 2019 and 2020, he allowed a passer rating below 79. He is a ball hawk. But I want to see a complete corner, someone that can tackle, someone that can play man, someone that can play zone, not someone that's just going to take chances because they know they got a safety over the top or a corner on the other side that might be a little bit better. Humphrey fills the physical gaps where Peters isn't at his best. That's very honest, all right? Very, very honest. They're both top-tier cornerbacks that can impact the game. They can punch the football out. They can get pick sixes. They can do it. Now, the Patriots tandem and the Ravens duo are separated by a thin margin. The latter pair has no concerns in a potential drop-off. Humphrey and Peters, I think that they are going to be able to lead the Ravens to the playoffs this season, but I got to give the number 1 spot to the number 1 corner, obviously in most people's eyes right now. That's not Jalen Ramsey. And I got to go with the guy that complements Stephon Gilmore the best out of this whole list. The best number 2 corner in the league, in my opinion, right now is J.C. Jackson. And you got your boy, arguably the best corner in the league, Stephon Gilmore at number 1. And I'll go over a little bit of, stats and things with them. Zach, he said they signed Trey Turner. Yes, I know. I saw that. Calvin Griffin says, Paulson Adebo will have a better year than Lattimore if he keeps on the route he's going. That's facts. Calvin Griffin, man corners versus zone corners. Facts. All right. Another video you can do, top 5 best running back duo or best triple threat duo. You got to go back and look at some of my videos because I have been doing a lot of duo videos lately. That's big facts, but I'll keep it in mind. I definitely like suggestions from the fans, especially fans like you, Matthew Sanchez. Peters may be the best zone corner, but suspect in man. Facts. He can't tackle worth the shit. I mean, I know he's got a lot of picks, but he can't tackle, and that's going to lead to touchdowns given up by the Ravens secondary. Yeah, they're going to get their stats, but they're also going to give up some huge plays. He said, let's go Peters and Humphreys, top 2. And like I said, I think that there is a good chance that we can get Jalen Ramsey and Jalen Ramsey and Williams higher on the list. But I need to have a little bit better production from Williams. I need to have a little bit better production from Marcus Peters. I need to have better production from who? Darby, as well as Surtain. And I need to have better production from Byron Jones. But this is the only duo I have no questions whatsoever with. Stephon Gilmore and J.C. Jackson, New England Patriots. Now, Gilmore played with an injury-riddled 2020 campaign that ended him on injured reserve of a partially torn quad. He's holding out. He wants his money. He earned his 3rd consecutive Pro Bowl and allowed only 57.1% completion rate and only 1 touchdown in 11 games. Stud. All right, Gilmore didn't show up at New England's Patriots mandatory minicamp. He's a holdout. Now, the team is faced with a tough decision to either trade him away or to be able to get him back in the building. He's a 4-time Pro Bowler, 2-time All-Pro. He's going to be 31, a little bit older, but he's got the significance of a Revis Island and a Darrelle Revis. I love him. J.C. Jackson, So underappreciated, so underrated. He doesn't have any Pro Bowl or All-Pro nods on his resume, but he should. His coverage numbers suggest he's a rising star at the cornerback position. All right. J.C. Jackson recorded 14 picks and allowed a 46.8 passer rating since 2019. Those are awesome numbers. Both marks rank first league-wide in that span. In his first 3 seasons there, he's yet to play at least 85% of those defensive snaps, so we need him to be healthy. The 25-year-old started 11 of 16 games in 2020. Because of Jason McCourty's departure to the Dolphins, Jackson will finally earn the much-deserved playing time and recognition to be on the field for 90% of the defensive snaps or more. Gilmore and Ramsey have similar resumes, but the former 2019 Defensive Player of the Year award, Jackson, though underrated, has better coverage numbers than Darius Williams in 2020. I got to give the number 1 spot to Gilmore and J.C. Jackson. So I think a lot of people will also say, hey, Marlon Humphrey and Marcus Peters, they should be there. You get Ramley people, they're going to say Ramsey and Darius Williams. But like I said, I give my valid points why I can't put certain people higher, because there's no question marks for Stephon Gilmore besides his age and his health, but I think they'll be fine. But J.C. Jackson, I have no questions. Darius Williams, a few. All right? Marcus Peters, he's a name. He's got a lot of picks, but I need to see a little bit better overall game. I need to see you tackle. I need to see you play as a complete corner, not just a guy that's kind of like bait, a guy that's going to jump all the routes. Show me a complete corner, and then maybe I can put you a little bit higher on the list. Everyone's going to have an opinion on what they see, but for me to be able to look at the film, look at the stats, and look at the names, I think I have good backing, on any kind of video that I do from time to time. Well, I love you guys and I appreciate you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Like I said, you guys are the best fans on planet Earth. I couldn't ask for a better fanatic family in the building. Matthew Sanchez, $5, my boy. Thank you so much for donating to your boy. And like I said, I will be back tomorrow with another video, because that's how your boy does it. I'm always grinding. I'm always putting in the work. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. I hope you guys have a great rest of your Thursday. Enjoy your Friday and your weekend. I will be back. I'm trying to record almost every day if I can. And I got one question for you. Who talk sports like us? Your boy Ryan, Northwest Sports Fanatics. Love you guys. Appreciate you guys. I love you guys. The Fanatic family in the building. Have a great rest of your night. Peace. Gang.